This is insane. Ooh. Oh. Yes! Hey everybody, welcome back to the Dane Bramage Rocks channel. Alright, it's happening! Nightwish is coming out with a new album. They announced it about a little over a month ago, the new album that's coming out. This one's going to be called Yesterwind, and it is set to release on September 20th, 2024. Now, they just released a brand new music video with a song that's going to be on that album, and this song is called Perfume of the Timeless. It actually released May 21st, 2024, so not that long ago. It's already got over 1 million views. And yeah, I'm excited. You know, I love watching Floor and the crew live. I really do. Floor's amazing live, but I also like watching their music videos because they're fun and they tell a cool little story, and it's Nightwish. So we're going to check this one out. So without further ado, we're going to watch Nightwish Perfume of the Timeless official music video and song that is from their upcoming album Yesterwind, which comes out September 20th, 2024. Here we go. Yeah, so holy crap, this is 8.5 minutes long. This is going to be a story. I'm freaking excited for this one. Let's see what Floor and crew has for us today. Nightwish, Perfume of the Timeless. Ho ho ho! Oh, I love the warrior drums already. Whoa. Darwin. Get out of here. Whoa, that's deep. That was awesome. So they just broke down generations. In order for you to be born, they kind of went through the last sequence that went over the 400 years. And it is crazy when you stop to think about it, like where you came from and how everything's led up to this point, even within your generations and your families and whatever that looked like for you and the different, you know, ways people traveled or, you know, immigrated to different countries and just all and go beyond 400 years. It's mind boggling to think where you are now to where you came from way back when, hundreds and thousands of years ago. That's freaking awesome. This production's already amazing. I'm loving this. This is crazy. They've outdone themselves. I can feel my pulse raising. This is insane. Get out of here. No way. Whoa! That was the iguana from. Woo! Hello, Floor. Yes! This is awesome! This is amazing. Look at the tiny, tiny details. There's a lot. They're obviously showing like a lot of different species and evolutions and things throughout history in different parts of the world, above water, below water, uh, prehistoric times up to today. I like Floor is her faces are on these pages, but the first one just blinks, so there's actually motion within these. The production of this video is already out of this freaking world. This is insane. So this is also, I love live, and you know that live is where you make the band and where the band is made, but you got to appreciate these production values because these are super fun and very entertaining to watch. See? The origin of... Dude! This is insane. I'm trying not to pause it too much because it's such a long video, but you're seeing a lot of evolutionary scenes and like the history and origins and all these pages with Floor and her face on it. So I say here's and here's the problem with having such a cool video. I'm so intent on watching what's happening. It's like I wish I had my little bag of popcorn, but I'm not. I can barely. I mean, I hear the music. I'm really getting into it. This is a phenomenal song, but I'm so in tune to what's going on in this video. This is insane. I love it. Aside from that, Floor sounds amazing. I did notice when they scroll through the library, you keep seeing a bunch of series of books of Darwinism. And we'll get into that a little bit later. If you know what Darwinism is, basically like the theory of evolution. They're popping through band members here as we progress through this video. This is insane. This is wicked. Oh, Floor sounds great. These creatures are fun. This is insane. Ooh. Oh. Yes! There all there were. There it goes. There it goes. God, now I'm sweating. That was so good. This great build up. You know, great. You just hear Floor doing her opera esque like singing at the beginning, just drawing out that voice, and you can hear her singing the Perfume of the Timeless chorus line, and all of a sudden just bam, right in your face. That was awesome. I can go back and listen to that all over again, but we still got 2 minutes of this song, y'all. That was fun though. That was a good, intense little sequence they had there. This video is just absolutely amazing. This is awesome. I can't imagine the work that went into making this. So congratulations to that team. Hey. This is fan-freaking-tastic.
We are their air dust on their palm. We are because of a million loves.
Okay.
We're the perfume of the timeless. Last sighs on a deathbed.
Awesome. This is so neat.
We're the perfume of the timeless. Last sighs of a million loves.
Oh man. Oh, okay. That was a lot. That was awesome. So yeah, you heard it there at the end. That sounded like Tomas maybe singing, I think. I think he's one of the backup vocals there, but Floor sounded awesome. I did like how they were cycling through all the other you saw Troy in there, you saw Impu in there, just cycling through all the other band members, having a little part in that while they're singing that song. And it's just definitely seems like a song that's very in tune with the evolutionary, cycle presence of being there and how generationally things just change over time as we progress throughout time. That was super, super cool. But let's see if we can find out more information about that song and wrap this bad boy up. Yeah, that was awesome. That was one of the best, probably videos I've seen in a long, long time, and just the production value with it. Actually, go ahead and check this out. So over here, this is actually right below that official music video, and I will leave a link to the actual music video down below. But this is from the YouTube page from that actual music video. And like I said, Perfume the Timeless out now. The song's out now, but the album coming up, Yesterwine, comes out September 20th here. But look at all the people. They actually had free divers. That was super cool. I didn't know if that was like computer generated or actual people, but they had free divers, the film crew, the drone crew, the visual effects, the costume design, the makeup, the production, the Natural History Museum team, the edited directors, and then look at the lyrics. The lyrics actually aren't that long. That's it. That's the whole thing right there. It's like 4 sections, but it's an 8.5 minute song. So I went over, of course, I wanted to find out more about it. So they did do an interview with the band members and the groups. And once again, this comes from Blabbermouth. Now, Symphonic Metal Veterans Nightwish released a new album, Yesterwine, or will release a new album, Yesterwine, September 20th, 2024, via Nuclear Blast, who they just re-signed with back in April again. So, of course they did. Nuclear Blast knows how to hold on to their their key bands there. So it marks the band's 10th studio LP following one from the release of Humans in Nature in 2020. Phenomenal album. The official music video album's first single, Perfume of the Timeless, can now be seen below. Keyboardist and main songwriter Tuomas Holopainen told Kerrang Music about Perfume of the Timeless. When we had a first meeting with Nuclear Blast talking about the new album and singles, I told them the first single will be a song called Perfume of the Timeless. It's an 8.5-minute song, and the chorus comes in at 3:30, and that was super fun. And they were like, perfect. I think it has to do with the fact that we have a long legacy. You know, we can do whatever we want, and I do, but it says something that what we can do that. And when I heard that for Spotify, it's good to have vocals after 15 seconds or people skip it. They don't have the attention span anymore. Not with Nightwish. I really don't feel like they have that problem. So ask if he adjusts his writing style because Yesterwine marks Nightwish's first album since the 2002 Century Child without bassist vocalist Marco Itala. Tuomas, which I just did a reaction to his last song, Left on Mars. Tuomas said, no, it doesn't really change anything except now we had 2 voices instead of 3. Only Floor Jansen, lead singer, and Troy Donackley, multi-instrument. Oh, so it was Troy singing. Okay, cool. Good to know. But that's it. I really didn't change much at all. And Juka, the new bass player, is such a grounding person that it's so easy to work with him. And his bass playing skills are tremendous. Quite different from Marco played bass, which also brought a new spice into the music. So nothing but positive things to say about all of that. And I will leave a link to that article down below if you want to read on further, because it goes on a little bit. I was only maybe a quarter of the way through that whole article, but that was super, super fun. What did y'all think about that one? Actually, if we want one more reminder of who the band is now, because it kind of changed from top to bottom. You got Floor Jansen lead vocals, you got Tuomas Holopainen on the keyboards, and down here you got Empu Vuoreninen and then Troy Donackley, who plays Empu is the guitarist, Troy does the Uilleann pipes, tin whistle, low whistle guitars, Bozuki, Bodron, and also vocals. Oh yeah, there it says right there. So Troy was doing the vocals there. And then there's Kai on the drums, and then Juka, their new bass player. That is the band. All right, everybody. What did you think about that? Leave me those comments. What do you think about Nightwish? What do you think about their new song? Are you excited for the new album? What did you think about the reaction there? I appreciate it and like to read and respond to as many of you as possible, of course, because this is the community we are in, and I love it all. And any information about Nightwish and about that song, and especially that video and that interview, I'm going to leave links for down below for you. So just scroll up whatever platform you're looking at here, and I'll leave any information down below for you. So you can just click and go and check out that video without me talking over it. And also down there, if you see any of these icons over here, I leave links for down below. These are all the things that I do. These are my channels, my socials, and I will also leave links for down below if you want to follow me in any other platform besides this one. Okay, y'all. If this is your first time on the channel, number 1, thank you. Number 2, dig around. I've done a handful of Nightwish. Please, besides, I do a ton of other reactions. I definitely like the rock and metal version. The rock and metal genres. And that's what you'll mostly find in this channel. And, like I said, some other Nightwish songs that I've done. And if you like what you see, do the things. At the minimum, if everyone could please just hit that like button below, that would help this video significantly, and I truly appreciate it. One more time, everybody. Nightwish. The Perfume of the Timeless, just Perfume of the Timeless. Phenomenal, coming out from the new album that's going to be dropping in September. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for checking this out. And until next time, keep on rocking.